Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's all I can think of right off the top. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Oh yeah, it's also like 4 in the morning. I'm on the grind. My bad.
SEMAJvlog.
SEMAJvlog.
The Young Semaj is YUNGSEMAJ.
Look, man, I'm done with the games. I don't play these type of games. I don't know why they won't let sleeping dogs lie. They keep rattling my cage. They wanna feel my rage. I'm about to set the stage. Mow the lawn, get rid of all the snakes. Separate the real from the fake. I done turned both cheeks. How much more can I take? I done kept the peace. How much longer should I wait? You ain't heard me speak, but you still got shit to say. That's the problem, everybody scholars in this day. I don't acknowledge, usually I pray. Still I'm not perfect, everybody got some pain. But don't get in my way when my children under aim. Thought that we was fam, why you treat me like a dame? Stab me in my back, hit the knife, what a shame. I suggest you make it right or you can let it rain.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You just tuned into the SEMAJvlog, and this is episode number 14. And today we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite public speakers. Alright? Top 5 favorite public speakers. I know I'm looking rough today. I'm actually going to be going through this phase for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and get it dreaded out. So I got to let it grow out. But yeah, been a minute. I had vlogger's block. Still pushing through though. Grinding. Happy New Year to everybody out there. So let's just jump right into it. Top 5 public speakers. I'm gonna start with number 1 this time. Instead of doing like a countdown. So number 1 is Les Brown.
Bring my greatness out here in the universe. That I can do what I want to do. It's possible. I can write my own book. I can have my own business. I can take the trip and travel around the world. It's possible. I can bounce back from adversity and reinvent my life. It's possible, regardless of where I am.
And I'm gonna say Les Brown because it's my favorite, because when I started listening to Les Brown and watching you know, his videos and stuff like that, he moved me in a way that nobody else had. I had been listening to motivational speakers and people before, but when I started to get into his content, it really resonated with me. And so, you know, his story is one thing, but it was like my dad talking to me in a certain sense, and I didn't get that from, you know, any of the other public speakers. I don't know if it was just his presentation or just some type of weird connection I had to his content and to him and his personality, but you know, that definitely is what drew me in and just made me really dive in, and his content moved me. It wasn't me just always wanting to listen. His content actually moved me to want to do things. And then he's funny, and he'll say something very serious, but he'll laugh about it. So he'll cover a serious topic with humor. And I think that's a great talent, and that he executes that really well. And you know, just his story, you know, being given up for adoption. Think his mom gave birth in an abandoned building to him. Being labeled, you know, mentally retarded, wrongly labeled mentally retarded. But yet being, you know, such a success and teaching so many people. So his story just resonated with me. So number 2, I want to say has to be E.T.
So he throws up about 325, boom, and he rests for about 2 seconds. Then he, boom, boom, boom. Did you see that? He'd already won a Super Bowl. He said, I think I'm gonna take a rest, and he rests for how long? 1 second. Most of you won't be successful because when you're studying and you get tired, you quit. And I'm here to tell you today, if you got somebody came to my office the other day crying, I said, look, don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt, get a reward from it. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. Listen to me. I'm here to tell you today that you can come here, you can jump up, you can do flips, you can be excited when we give away money, but listen to me, you'll never be successful until I don't have to give you a dime to do what you do.
Did notice something in my vlogs, just from listening to his content. My intro is very similar to his.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy E.T.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy, Young Semaj, and I did not do that on purpose. I guess just from listening to his, I kind of bit E.T. So I'm gonna have to work on a new intro, or just how I word it, because I'm not trying to bite, the homie E.T. But I guess just diving into his content so much, kind of had me doing that. But he's down to earth. If you listen to E.T., some of when he's like explaining something, he might not know the word, and he'll ask CJ or Carl, what a word means. What's the word I'm looking for? He'll say something like that, and that seems very small, but the fact that he's just like real about who he is resonated with me. That he didn't need to find himself to be fake, to like, hey, if I don't know the word, I don't know the word, or if I can't articulate it up to this point, and I just need somebody to drop in to continue the conversation. I respect that. My bad. And of course you can't deny his passion. He just has this passion, that he brings, and his drive. And his content is about grinding, and you see it in his public speaking performance. And then his team, so I listen to the podcast, Secret to Success with E.T., but I also watch, the videos, and go to his website, and I, just like I said, did a deep dive. I haven't got any of the books yet, but just really do a deep dive and follow the content. So I like the team, and I like how he talks about his team and how he puts that out there, that is done by a team. Number three is going to be Tony Robbins.
Your partner said, would you take out the trash? What do you say? Take out the trash. Happily. But after about 7 days or 7 weeks or 7 months or 7 years or 70 years, one day someone said, would you take out the trash? You go, what do I look like, your janitor? You go, what happened to our passion? I'll give you a clue. If you want a relationship to last, if you think it's coming to the end, do what you did in the beginning and there won't be an end. Because when you think it's the beginning, you behave differently than the end. The meaning we associate to things controls our entire life.
Tony Robbins was probably one of the first public speakers I started listening to. And he's great. I like his strategies. I like his teaching, how he teaches his strategies. And they make sense. And I just like his confidence as well. But I also like his tone and the fact that he kind of uses curse words, per se, to kind of drive a point. Sometimes, he'll say something and he might curse and it'll give me like chill bumps because I know it's real, and I look past the cursing, but it's like the passion that comes through it. So it's the passion. And then like his heart, he has given back so much and he gives away so much. I just, you can't beat that. You can't beat somebody who, is talented, who's great at what they do, and yet they have a purpose that helps other people behind it. He's one of the greatest philanthropists that I know of. And then number 4 is going to be Gary V.
To fucking talk and Q&A and take it from there. So, all right. So let me start talking about some of the stuff that's interesting to me right now. I think that one thing that everybody in this room should be pondering, and one thing that I'm becoming extremely fascinated by, is that we I'm fascinated by the fact that really I'll be able to do this for the rest of my life, and I'll be able to continue to build businesses that are successful, and yet it's just basically the same shit over and over, which is if you go and dissect what I'm about to talk about for an hour now and go watch a 2009 talk, it's basically the same exact strategy. The only difference is that I've put in the time and the effort to understand the contextual differences of the places that we're actually paying attention to. So if this talk was about how I built Wine Library in the beginning back in 2001, I would still be talking about the one thing that I think connects all of us, which is I don't care what you do here or what your ambition is to solve the world's problems, to start a business, to whatever it may be, a B2B business, a B2C business, a product, a service. The number one thing we all battle for, and the number one North Star that everybody in this room should understand, is it's all about attention. Attention is the...
I like Gary Vee for probably some of the same reasons that I like Tony Robbins. I like his tone. I like his aggression. I like the fact that he curses sometimes, or a lot for Gary Vee. But I just like the fact that he's real, and that, you know, to me, his kind of message or his calling card is he doesn't care what people think. You know, he's not afraid to say how he feels or even share embarrassing experiences and things like that. And that's kind of how I feel about myself, and so that resonates with me. And sometimes I feel like there's a fear there for me as well, or trying to figure out how to balance that out. So when I watch him, I kind of get the information that I need to find that balance. Number 5, I kind of struggle with putting number 5 down. It's because it's about public speaking, but he's a pastor, but great public speaker. Nonetheless, pastor preaching is public speaking, so I put him down anyway. T.D. Jakes.
Couples had to come in my office and tell the truth, and one of the hardest things there is in the world to get church people to do is to tell the truth. You know, we don't tell the truth easy because we got our reputations to monitor, and we got to impress everybody and act like everything's all right. But when the trouble gets bad enough, there comes a point of pressure where you have to be honest, and all of a sudden you come in and your son is HIV positive, and all of a sudden you start talking about, well, he's been practicing homosexuality, he's been involved in but before, if anybody said that, you said the devil is a lie, but now the push has come to shove, and now you got to tell the truth. I've been there. I've been there in the counseling session when all of a sudden somebody had to divulge infidelity because things were such a crisis and everything was a mess, and people had to be honest and they had to be real. I've been there when our little daughters come in pregnant with babies and everybody's crying, and all of a sudden the truth spills out on the floor.
So I guess like the first thing that would stand out would be his body language, how he just uses all of himself, you know, when he's preaching. To kind of draw you in and to, you know, lay out the context of the story, that he's not just saying words, that it's almost like a monologue being performed. And I know he does playwright and screenwriting, so that probably comes into play with that talent. And then his tone, he has a voice, you know, just one of those special voices, like when you hear it, you know that's him, and it commands your attention. So, you know, his tone or his voice or whatever, and then his content. I love his content. I love the way he lays out biblical things, and how he really takes a context and he shows a broad picture and a lot of what's going on, and he tags that and shows you how that can apply to you in your own personal life. So that's my top 5 you know, public speakers. Y'all let me know who y'all's top 5 are, if y'all listen to anybody. It might be somebody that I never heard of. And shout out to all the people who made the top 5. I really appreciate y'all's content. I really, you know, don't take it for granted. I try to use some of it and apply it. I'm not perfect, so there's a lot that I can improve on, but, you know, so much of what's been said and what I've read and learned through y'all's content has you know, blessed my life tremendously. So keep doing what you're doing, top 5 public speakers. It's your boy Young Semaj. I'm out.